Good evening. You're in the Man Cave with me, the caller, and this is the Cheese Room podcast. Welcome, one and all. Please let us know you're here by sending a super chat, hitting the like button, and generally making some noise in the comments. Top four is still on, or is it? We'll keep you up to date with the Newcastle game, which is on a very big screen to my right now. 51 minutes gone. And yes, it's probably more nervy than Burnley was at the weekend. But let's get into Burnley. We'll be discussing the 1-0 victory. Burnley now a team that is managed by a man called Michael Jackson. So hold that thought. We're gonna obviously be keeping our fingers crossed that the result at Newcastle isn't bad. Oh, Newcastle nearly just scored, by the way. Oh, there you go. We're all wearing that tonight, are we?
And with that on the back, he'll be coming on soon, no doubt.
Well, he's not on the pitch yet, so it's not going to.
Yeah, he will be.
Really
Time.
Yeah. Anyway, let's hope our panel are not too off the wall tonight. He's been looking at the man in the mirror. It's John. How are you, John?
I'm very well, thank you, caller. Good, lovely day. Been a busy day at work. Got a big event on Friday, so I won't be here on Friday. Won't be able to watch either.
Yeah.
I'll watch on Saturday though, and hopefully we'll have a win on the weekend.
Well, you never know. Norwich away. What could go wrong last day of the season, needing a win? Becky, were you nervous before the game? Did you have any butterflies?
We all said that we didn't know that was a Michael Jackson song, but apparently it is. No, I was very confident. Me and Jack were very confident, so no butterflies. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone in the chat.
Yeah, there you go. He was never a pretty young thing. It's Davo. How are you, Davo?
That's a very good pun on the Michael Jackson song. Well done. I'm in your future. I'm in your past, caller. Future, I'm 9 hours ahead of you. Past, I'm on about a 30-second delay from the Geordies.
If that's not depressing, nothing is. Oh my God.
There we go.
You're in my future and my past. So let's get into the game. It definitely couldn't be described as a thriller or the greatest show on earth now, could it? The starting lineup, I think we all guessed what that was going to be before pre-game, didn't we? Becky, any surprises for you in that starting 11?
No, with saying that Kulusevski was ill, we thought that it might be Mora. Some people were saying that it could be Bergwijn. Bergwijn, I just don't think his face fits.
Yeah.
So no change, no surprises there.
The only surprise for me was there was two keepers on the bench. Davo, what were your thoughts at that precise second?
At that precise second, I thought Conte was making some kind of sly dig at the board about the lack of investment for the squad. But then we realised that because of the issues that we have with stomach cramps of the goalkeepers, he put two on the bench, which is good forward planning, and that's what we like to see from the top coach that we have.
Not something you normally associate with Spurs, but
No, I agree.
There we go. Kulusevski has obviously been ill, and Conte said in his pre-match interview it affected 4 players, obviously including Hugo Lloris, as we've already touched on. But yeah, what do you think they'd eaten, John? What's going on there?
Maybe 2006 lasagna. No, no idea.
Them, You're definitely.
Was it?
You're so distracted by the
poisoning?
stream. You're so distracted by your stream. I can tell.
Oh no, I've turned it off because I've turned it off. The was it food poisoning or was it just a bug? I think it was a bug. They didn't say food poisoning.
They didn't know where it come from. I saw Kulusevski doing a barbecue. Oh my God! They scored! They scored!
Yes!
Newcastle scored.
Callum Wilson.
No VAR, no nothing.
No VAR. That's a goal. That was well onside.
Yeah.
0-0 here.
Yeah.
Take that, group. Arteta looking very Lego-like.
The Beatles have just split up here.
Get in.
On my screen. Here we go. Yes! This is what happens, cheeseheads. I don't look at the WhatsApp group or anything like that when I'm watching a game.
Checking that it was all right. Just checking that it was all right.
Oh, what are they checking it's all right for?
Harry's not sure. Doesn't believe you.
Oh, no. Kerry says...
Is that an own goal? I think that's an own goal. Even sweeter.
Come on.
Harry's miles behind. That's why. That's why I'm not even watching
It's
that
an
game.
own goal.
Yeah.
Kerry, you live in Australia.
Is it Cedric again?
No, she's down Cornwall way, isn't she? Bit
She's
behind
down Cornwall way.
Yeah, own goal.
OG, I
goal.
think,
And
says the accountant.
It is an own goal. Yeah, massive.
This
own
is
goal.
why.
Is it Ben
This is
White?
why.
Is that Ben White? I think it's Ben White. It is Ben White.
You should be able to spot him. He's had such a spray tan. You probably can't see him from the moon.
He does look orange. And they're just showing that beautiful league table right now. Beautiful league table. That's a mountain to climb. 56 minutes away to Newcastle.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Plenty of time to go.
Over until the fat bloke sings, but I've started early.
My buttocks are clenched like the last 10 minutes of the game on Sunday.
Do you want to just give me your running commentary? Arsenal attacking Odegaard to Xhaka, and it's away.
This is why you can't do a watch-a-thon with me, because I'm always 15, 20 seconds behind. It's just not going to work.
Kerry's got there.
Kerry.
There we go.
There we go.
Piling it on now. Jesus Christ, Kerry. That is you. You need to sack your provider.
Mine was about a minute behind though. That's why I turned mine off.
Adrian is bringing the stats there. Yeah.
Only 6 games.
That's a lot.
Sorry.
Oh, hello. I don't like this. What's going on here?
What do you mean?
They're attacking. I'm way behind you.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, no. I'll tell you if something happens. I'll tell you.
Clearly, by the northern reaction that we just had. Oh, they've scored, everybody.
I don't speak like a I'm from fucking Kent. Anyway.
No, you're not.
No, I am. I really am.
Are you from Kent? The Garden of England?
Swanscombe, to be exact. Yeah, that beautiful place called Swanscombe. Grew up in a council house.
When did you live there? To what age did you live there, Caller?
From the ages of about 6 till 12.
And then where did you go after 12?
Shropshire.
Tell me about your childhood, Caller.
What do you want to know?
It's an in-depth into Caller. Forget the run sheet.
Actually, there is H just sent us a voice note on WhatsApp. What use is that to us right now?
Well,
he's watching the game. He's watching the game.
Newcastle are attacking again. St. Maximum, who had Tommy Asu on toaster, who's now got Cedric facing him up, which is hilarious. Anyway, Burnley, who gives a shit? We won that game. Burnley tried to park the bus. Long story short, great atmosphere, wasn't it?
Yeah, great atmosphere.
Talk me through the atmosphere.
It was. It started really well. The people arrived at it early, even though it was 10 o'clock kickoff. Don't get me wrong, they weren't in their seats as early as they were at Northland Derby, but people made an effort. The flags were there. We've got a video, I think, haven't we, of the flag?
Have we? I don't know.
They upload it.
I'd describe the flags as a good start. So
even my Jack said, because my Jack was like, "Oh, the flags," and then even he went like, "You can't really see them; they're not very big." So it was a bit of a kind of damp squib. But I know there's lots of effort gone into it, and it will build and all of that. But I did think it would be more impressive.
I will. I'll put the video. Shall I put the video on?
Yeah. Go.
How many flags did they give out? 5?
No.
9. 9, I think.
They are. They're 9 foot, aren't they? The problem is the South Stand is so massive that you've got to have a shed load of them to have any real.
When I watched Match of the Day last night, I was pleased to show Match of the Day showing them, so I'm assuming BT did, that they just sort of panned to the South Stand, seeing the people waving them. But compared to other teams do it, it's not there yet, but it's a good start.
It's like throwing a chip up an alley, to be honest. It's not even touched the sides. It's
that didn't sound northern when you said it. It's like throwing a chip up an alley.
I didn't speak like Liam Gallagher. Is every northerner's impression in your head Liam Gallagher or what?
At the moment it is, yeah. But I don't know. I've only just had my first coffee. I've only just woken up. Come on.
Can you do Geordie?
Dave,
there we go.
Reed Petite. That's Jackie Wilson.
Awful.
Sorry.
That is genuinely awful.
Anton Dick? Anton Dick?
But going back to the atmosphere at the Burnley game, They didn't play by Manilow. They played Come On You Spurs.
They did.
Then Glory, Glory. So they're trying to kind of keep the same sort of songs that they did in North London Derby. That at half time they played Glory, Glory, Tottenham Hotspur. So they kind of, the biggest thing for me though, I know we're not doing everything in chronological order now, is Antonio was going like this at like 75 minutes.
Yeah,
and from then
they showed that on
stop. It didn't stop, and it was just continual, and that was amazing. And some of the players have mentioned today something like "Thank you for the support, particularly in the last few weeks, and the atmosphere and that sort of thing." So it was really nice. It was kind of like a response from Conte.
We're not thanking you for the support of when Nuno was in charge, because it was absolutely non-existent. But the last few weeks under Nuno have been fantastic, and look, it was a good atmosphere.
Under Nuno,
under
Conte.
Sorry, yeah, no, I meant under Nuno. It wasn't very good under Nuno. That's what I was saying.
No, but you said under the last few weeks under Nuno.
Oh, did I?
Was fantastic. The last few weeks, the booing in the stadium at Man United at home game, it was brilliant. The Levy out chants, they were amazing.
Oh, you probably thought they were. But yeah, good atmosphere in the stadium. It wasn't Arsenal good.
Kerry, I'm a true professional. That's why.
She's a true professional, unlike me. I'm just all over the place now because, quite frankly, we're halfway there, living on a prayer.
Come
That's
on,
the
we're
wrong
not there
pop
yet. I'm still buttocks still clenched. Carry on.
You are the most conservatively miserable person I've ever met.
No, I'm not. I'm a realist, and I celebrate when the ball's in the back of the net and the final whistle was blown. That's when I celebrate, and boy, I celebrate. You should have if you'd watched the North London reaction show.
To be fair,
if you watched
scored again,
Newcastle.
Yeah, Callum Wilson. Your accent's like a cross between Michael Caine and Crocodile Dundee.
I sound like the geezer out of is it Withnail and I? The Camberwell Carrot. That's who I sound like.
Don't know. Anyway,
sorry, the film from the 80s.
Could I just move on, Dave? Could I just move on?
Yeah, go on.
So great atmosphere in the stadium. And then a few chances. There was a Kane header cleared almost off the line. Oh, Newcastle attacking again. That's miles over. Emerson tried to score from 35 yards. Emerson!
Yeah.
What
strike.
Big strike that was. I was right behind it. I thought, bloody hell, that's going in. He is, he's going to have a crack, And then
I think a smaller keeper might have struggled, but obviously Pope is just massive, isn't he?
And Cornet had a one-on-one in the left-hand side. Hugo stood up and saved it. Did Sanchez's positioning make you want to scream, Dave?
Yeah, it did, because he got done inside out, and it shows that Sanchez's limitations there. His body was in the wrong position. He let him get through, and if he'd have scored, there'd have been criticism for Sanchez. So we were lucky there. I'm looking for an upgrade on Sanchez in the summer.
Arsenal player down quite badly.
Who?
Can't see. Who is that?
Kerry's got Bruce Rios.
It's Martinelli. Martinella's down. He's down.
Is that Gary Neville?
You look like Gary Neville, John.
Thanks, mate. You haven't mentioned that for a while.
No, I haven't actually. Isn't it time for the annual golf match between Gary Neville and Harry Kane?
Let's talk.
So then, Harry, where are you going in the summer?
So then, Harry, where are you going in summer? You've got to miss words out to be truly northern.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Put kettle on. That kind of northernness.
Who's doing the comments?
I mean, to be fair, looking at this, he looks pretty happy compared to the last season.
Absolutely.
The difference in the last 12 months.
What's the caption for that then?
Well,
go on, Dave. Do you want
what do you think they're playing to each other here?
Well, I think there's a couple of things here. First of all, it's the caption is describing it's a touching scenes in North London on Sunday when a family get together with their surrogate for a family photo.
I mean, that's a bit long, but
hang on. And then, is that a goal? Oh no, that's a replay. Sorry.
Oh, Lacazette's had his head busted open as well. They're getting proper rough. They're getting roughed up here.
And then finally, Harry is he's singing a song to Son, and it goes like this: Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me, I am old, but I'm happy. Shine. Oh, sorry. There you
That's
go.
dreadful.
And for our younger viewers, that's a Boyzone reference. So I didn't know the older one.
Or for our even older viewers,
yeah,
it's Cat Stevens. There we go.
Really older ones, yeah.
I just think it's saying about the caption. It's just a really nice picture. I think it shows how close Son and Kane are.
And White nearly with another own goal.
Can I ask a question as well? I think we're all parents here. Why? I mean, are the headphones a bit over the top or not for young ears?
Well, I thought that. We have that with some children at our school when they have concerts and things. But usually it's an all or nothing. So all the children in the family will wear them. I was surprised that they didn't all wear.
They all had them. Look,
eldest daughter, wasn't it? Oh, okay. Well, they weren't all wearing them.
Harry kids have them.
They're in a hand. Yeah,
their club issued headphones, and Levy deducts it from the pay packet at the end of the month. And you're right, Adrian. I have got a dreadful voice. And good morning to you from Australia.
I think Harry can afford it. It's fine.
But going back to what you said about 12 months ago, because Alistair Gold's put this, hasn't he? Or somebody's shared something he said or something.
Yeah.
To say about obviously last year they abandoned the
mess. It was just
thing
a mess.
at the end, didn't they?
I was at that, and I left because they said we're not doing it.
They said go away. Yeah, and so everybody left, and then they booed, and then the players were kind of forced back on, and then they sort of did it. And Kane does his usual sort of clap, but he looked really upset. Whereas yesterday he was waving at the south stand and he was sort of pointing at people, and there was a complete difference. His kind of whole demeanour has completely changed, and he's come out today, hasn't he, and said that he sort of looking forward to next season with the manager. So people have read that he's staying.
So, Caller, you left before the possession started. Is that right?
Well, in fairness, on that occasion, Dave, I was told to get out.
Yeah, so, everyone was told to.
I just followed orders. I was quite looking forward to it, but I was a bit pissed off with the match, if I'm being really honest.
Is that the one that Reguilon? Is that when Reguilon scored the own goal?
Yeah. Looks like he's about to come on.
And also, Caller had eaten about 3 tons of food that day.
Oh, that was Caller versus Food, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was.
That was Caller versus Food. I nearly died.
Yeah, and then compare it to the game against Leicester when Son, Dele, and Kane had that emotional hug in the centre of the pitch, and then Charlie Kane got to work on his magic as the super agent that he is.
Yep. Thanks for that, Dave.
That's all right.
Penalty. There we got to the penalty incident, right? Was it a pen? I'm gonna ask you both. All three of you, I should say. I'm sorry.
So 3 of us here.
I know I'm slightly distracted by the football scene. Might have to just step in a little bit. But was it a pen? So, I mean, I don't really know what the debate's about, to be honest. There are going to be some Cheese Room awards. I can see we are going to have an awards show. So look forward to that. But we're waiting for the season to finish. Yeah. I mean, penalty for you, Dave?
Look, if it's karma for us for the Champions League final when it hits Sissoko's armpits and they just change the rules 10 minutes before the game. So maybe it's our. There we go. Maybe it's our rubber green.
Yeah. So this is it. So if these 3 were ruled out for VAR,
well, they were given as penalties. I mean, the Eric Dyer against Newcastle one is still great to me. It's still like my voice for Adrian. It's like an absolute joke. It really was. So justice, I hope in the end. I hope we get the result tonight we need to do. But, it was a penalty. Obviously, if I was Burnley, I'd be very aggrieved about it. And obviously, from a Tottenham point of view, I was over the moon.
Mm. John, do you want to go next?
Do you want to fill the air, John?
Yeah, absolutely. Distracted. We've had several, even I think the week before the Newcastle game, when we beat Southampton 5-2, the second goal for Southampton was one that just bounced up and hit Doherty from about a foot away, which wouldn't be a penalty now, but was back then. Yeah. And the one in the bottom corner, which is now hidden by the comment by Adrian, is where Lucas got fouled and it literally just brushed his shoulder And then
So
Kane knocked
disallow
it
the
into the
goal.
net at Sheffield United and got ruled out, which they then changed the rule again. We just seem to always be getting the rules changed.
Mora was
after it happens to
fouled
us.
onto it, wasn't he? He fouled
Yeah,
and
but they
fell
didn't
onto the
give a
ball
free
as
kick.
he was well.
It was just
No.
a shambles. But
Yeah.
I personally think that's a harsh penalty, but it is a penalty. Ultimately, under the rules, it's a pen.
Yeah.
I think Michael Jackson was trying to say something like there'd been a handball by Spurs before it or something like that, but it was just rubbish. It was
I don't remember that song by Michael Jackson.
There was a few. There were some very good songs by Michael Jackson, but there was some dross. I'm not gonna lie.
The thing for me is that his arm is out there. So whether it's too close or, it bounced up off his knee or, none of the Spurs players or not many of the Spurs players appealed. What's he doing? It was a bit far away for us. We couldn't see it quite so well. Is that when I watched on Match of the Day last night, I instantly went to my Dave and went, what the hell's he doing with his arm out? At the end of the day, if you stick your arm out.
That?
Who missed
So,
what?
Wilson just missed a sit. Well, defender must have got a touch on it. It should be 2-0. It should be 2-0.
Corner.
It's gone for a corner, yeah. Ball played beautiful. They're finding so much room. Ball across. Wilson sort of whips it towards the goal from just outside the keeper's 6-yard box.
Oh, how did he miss that? I've just seen it.
Yeah.
I've got my Sky Go on my phone now, so I'm still waiting for that to happen. And that's Sky's actual app.
You've been waiting a while.
I was the same. My Sky Go was really slow as well.
Sky Go,
it
terrible. But...
It was a penalty because his arm was in the air. If he didn't put his arm in the air, then he's asking for trouble, isn't he? So.
The clue is in the unnatural position thing. That's not a natural position, is it? And so when you see our defenders putting their arms behind their back in those situations, you kind of think, well,
I mean, old Sideshow Bob, David Luiz did it, didn't he, years ago? Really criticised for it, but actually, it's the right thing to do. You've got to put your arms behind your back now, pretty much.
Well, you have now. You have now.
Yeah.
And we got to hang on. Sorry. Props respect to Davinson Sanchez for that brilliant piece of skill in the box. The fashion, the opportunity.
Davinson had a good game. He did. He's had 2 good back-to-back games, in fact, I think, Dave. His market value is skyrocketing.
Well, that's good news. Good news
with Emerson's. Emerson's is going up. When I saw his face in the player of the match thing.
Yeah, I had to check that. I had to check that a few times on Instagram because it was his old haircut. And I was like, is that working? My Instagram?
Arsenal, by the way, as Stevie rightly points out in the comments, are throwing the kitchen sink on. They've got Lacazette and but they've got both forwards on the pitch now, and they are trying.
Pepe for Gabriel,
yeah. Every attacker they've got's on the pitch, I think. But that's just going to mean that Newcastle have got lots of opportunities to score.
Counter-attack.
Exactly. What I was going to say was, I think Sessegnon won player of the match, actually, didn't he? At the end?
They did. They did.
And quite rightly.
Glenn Hoddle gave it to Pope, which
really,
is a
Pope
sign.
played well. To be fair, Pope played well.
Yeah, he did.
Made a couple of really good saves. There was that one from Emerson. I think he saved 2 from Son.
And really also, Pope's family is friendly with Diver the Fiver's family, so he should get man of the match for that anyway.
He should.
But apparently, they didn't meet up for afternoon sandwiches and ginger beer. Sadly,
I have to say,
because Diver was too drunk to climb all the way to the top of the East Stand.
He was too drunk. Where were you at with Sessegnon, Becky, as someone who was actually in the stadium?
Yeah, well, we've said, haven't we, week on week, it's kind of like he's building confidence. I thought he definitely took people on a bit more, which he hadn't done before. It's that kind of like a few times it wasn't the right final ball, but he's improving. And at the end, when they did the end of season thing, Conte was really hugging him and his girlfriend and properly embracing him, and Sess was smiling. So things are going. He's staying fit, isn't he, at the moment?
I think he gets a hard time from some of our cheese room posse. One person in particular, and in my opinion, he has got what it takes to be a top wing back. I think he's only 22, is he now? 22. He's getting better and better. On another day, he'd have had 2 assists because the balls he was putting in were beautiful. And the first half, everything positive went through him playing little 1-2s and cutting inside. Shades of, dare I say it, Gareth Bale coming good. Obviously, I get absolutely lambasted for that, but he was shit for the first couple of seasons.
I mean, he's got a long way to go to get to that level, but absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he's not as strong.
I suppose the
His
comparison
crossing-
is he's very left-footed.
Basically, and plays the left wing back. Yeah, his
Brilliant.
crossing at speed isn't great. If he's got a chance to tee it up, it can be good ball. But again, he could have had two. Like you say, he had Kane had the one off the line, which was his cross, and there was the one to Sonny, which Sonny was that saved or did he put that? It was saved, wasn't it?
Saved, yeah, when he spun round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not getting
on,
pushed off the
Geordies.
ball like he was. There were
No,
several,
no.
and I think it's easy for armchair fans who only watch the games on the telly and are not actually in the stadium not to see all the stuff he does off the ball, the runs he makes, the talking that goes on, the positioning.
Yeah.
Watching it in 2D, on a TV at home only tells you half the story, really. Dave, what's your view on Sessegnon?
Oh, mate, that was like coming from way over there, over bloody Melbourne way, and landing down at Sydney Airport. Well done, mate. If we're saying that my views are now irrelevant because I only watch it on the telly, well, I think that's probably most of the cheeseheads. But anyway, my view is that he had a good game on Sunday. What I'd like him to do is to be more assertive on the ball, get to the touchline more, get some crosses in.
He did that.
He missed. Hang on, he didn't do it enough for my liking, and he also missed a great opportunity when he smacked it over when he should have shown more composure. I would keep him. We need to sell Region and get a proper left wing back in. So we've got decent competition for places, and he needs to sort out those hammies because he's always getting injured with them. So I'm not condemning him. I'm not giving him full love. It's a wait and see.
Would you be happy if he started as the first choice left wing back?
If he develops the way that I said that I think he should, then yes, I would be happy.
But with his development now, I mean, it's come on. You think of where he was at the start of the season to where he is now. If he continues that development curve,
I think you compare him to when we bought. I wasn't excited when we bought him because the one season he had in the Premier League with Fulham, he didn't exactly pull up the trees like Grealish did with Villa in their first season. So I wasn't that excited when we bought him. We bought him with hamstring issues, which I think was a bit stupid thing to do, and we spent 25 million quid on him in that 20 to 30 million market. But when Mr. Diver and I agree on something, then it's got to be right.
Well, maybe.
And he sees the game in 2D as well, to be clear. So the 2D experience and the 3D experience have come together.
Do you mean 2D? Do you mean double vision because he's had so much champagne?
Yeah, absolutely.
Me and Diver agree on something, it's got to be right.
This is absolutely right from Adrian. He does look up to play a pass.
Because when me and Diver get together and agree on something, it's like heal the world, make it a better place.
Oh, very good, very good. You got that one in there.
Region went off on the bit at the end. When they came back out again, he did quite a big wave to the people where we were and sort of blowing kisses.
Oh, here we go. They've got 2-on-1 Newcastle.
Oh, they'll fuck it up.
Maybe.
I think Jess needs a really good pre-season. He needs good pre-season.
Yeah.
They need to get. He needs to build up a bit. He needs to get his strength up. I think that's one of the things. But you are right. He's definitely on an upward curve. His hamstrings are a problem. If they can sort that out, and obviously Conte's fitness guys are supposed to be top draw. Hopefully, we can get this guy and he can get up and running. But we need someone of a similar level or better, so they can alternate next year.
I have to say, Ramsdale's been man of the match in this game.
I think, Adrian, that they've only got the voice on now. I think Aussie Got Talent's gone, so it's just the voice, I'm afraid.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you mean this Ramsdale?
Yeah, that's the guy.
Harry Kane's Harry Kane's had more European minutes in goal than Ramsdale has. Well, that'll change.
Well,
that's a great stat, though, isn't it? That's great. I love that.
I love a stupid stat.
So we've got 10 minutes to go now.
Oh, flappy.
We've got 10 minutes plus extra time.
Net, but it's not going to count.
Well, you got to say who it is because we're behind you. And
for Newcastle.
Right, thank you.
I did just tell you they had a one-on-one in the corner, so I thought you'd.
I saw that.
Come on,
but they can break quickly. Oh.
Fully expecting Arsenal to score in the 90th minute in this game, to be honest.
I know.
Even if they do, it's 1-1, and it's still.
Let's just get to the end and let's just exhale at the end.
Should we talk about Kane's penalty?
Could we?
It was.
Yeah.
That's where I'm getting to. Took it away beautifully, didn't he, Becky?
Yeah, because I don't know about anyone else. Well, you were a bit closer than me, caller, but me and Jack thought he'd missed. We thought he'd missed because nobody really celebrated. Hope didn't move, and then I've watched it back in about 9 different angles today, and it rolls. He doesn't even sort of lift it off the floor. It rolls into the bottom corner.
The perfect penalty.
Yeah,
honestly, the keeper is never getting that.
No, not at all. And that's why he doesn't move. And also the angle I've seen from behind, Mora just stands there. He was never going in for a rebound because he was 100% certain he was going to score it.
55 people watching. Make sure you've all hit the like button.
Do you think he scuffed? Do you think he scuffed it?
Let's do this one.
I think he did scuff it. He'll never admit that he did scuff it, but I think he did.
I thought it went over very slow. It was like a slow sinking of the.
Oh!
What?
Nearly Newcastle scored. He tried to lob him from about 40 yards.
Just get another Newcastle.
Thought Arsenal had scored for a minute. The way you reacted.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. You'd get the opposite reaction if Arsenal scored. Oh,
but going back to the penalty though, you don't hit a penalty that's going to roll across the grass, do you? You hit it with a little bit of flight, either corner or mid of net.
Oh, nearly scored. Oh, I'm 20.
But it just rolls across the grass, and also if you look at Sonny's face as well, Sonny is either completely mesmerised or is sort of doing a sort of phew, because I don't think he hit it perfectly, but it went in, and there's that 23 penalty attempts. Yeah.
I thought it was a perfect penalty, to be honest, but there you go.
I was crapping my pants when he took that.
And then, as picked up by Alistair Gold, who I'm convinced just reads, our tweets, because otherwise, how else would he know? There was a bit of biffo in the Tunnel Club. A little bit of biffo at half time. The coaches coming together. Stevie, the glass went frosted all of a sudden. Oh.
Do you know how it kicked off in the for the fight? Do you know what happened?
I believe there was an argument about a lobster and champagne.
No. Between the players, okay, do you know how it's started?
Right, not in Total Club. Okay. It was a bit argy-bargy on the pitch, wasn't it? They were very, very unhappy about the penalty. And it went, but Phil Barsley was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, I heard what happened is that the Burnley coaching staff, started acting aggressively to the players, and Lloris said, "Do you want to be starting something?"
Hey,
which I put in the run sheet for you, caller. But you,
mate, to be honest,
the run sheet. It's not.
I was a bit worried because Arsenal just nearly scored. So
don't say that. I don't like that.
No, they did just nearly score.
Yeah, they frost the glass over in case there's any.
Yeah, they've got a button they press and it turns the grass from transparent to opaque.
The grass or the glass?
The glass, not the grass.
I'd like to see some opaque grass on the pitch. Does that
I was going to say
Torval and Dean come out and do some ice skating?
I'll pick.
Come on!
Oh.
Our stadium is high tech, but not that high tech.
Go on! Go on!
Go!
Yes! He's got it! 2-0! Fucking come on! We're going to the Champions fucking League!
Yeah! No VAR?
Doesn't look like it.
Who scored it?
I've got to wait and watch it on my phone now.
Arteta's just doing this. Who cares who scored it, Becky? I don't give a fuck. It bounced around about 6 times. It was like ping pong, and he just smashed it in. Beautiful.
Yes, they've scored. They've scored.
Still waiting.
No VAR. This is what I'm.
You ain't going to get a VAR for that. It was miles out when he hit it.
That's what I'm sick and tired.
No VAR. No, that's on.
Is that it? 2-0.
That's it. 2-0. Confirmed.
Yes.
Wait, is that
happy now? Are you happy now, Dave? Are you happy now? Are you not entertained?
It's Guimaraes. Okay.
Good signing. Good signing.
I had him
good
to
signing
score.
indeed.
Good signing in the January window. Just saying.
I think I just
should have got him in.
Put Stevie's. Put the other comment up as well. Yeah, that totally.
Yes.
Get it.
Yes, Stevie.
Unless we do Spursy and cock it up.
Did he need a point? Come on.
Yeah. No, it's just shocking.
Dangerous.
Oh, Tata looks like he's about to cry. Oh, I can't wait to watch All or Nothing now. I can't wait. I was really dreading it because there was a point where I thought, oh, God, they're going to beat us at our place maybe. And, if they do that, it's going to be unwatchable. Now it's going to be glorious. I'm just going to skip to episode 9.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. If the result stays like this after the show's ended and when I got a moment of time, Arsenal Fan TV's going on.
Arsenal Fan TV is going to be amazing tonight. Amazing.
Oh, yeah. It's the best comedy on UK television.
I think, Steve, you need to clip the moment when the goal's going.
Don't watch it, though. Watch us.
Yeah, watch after you watch us.
Watch
once
us.
you finish watching us, press the subscribe button and the like button, then watch Arsenal Fan TV.
If you go and watch Arsenal Fan TV now, I'll come round to your home and sing in your living room.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
Absolutely.
So I've got an idea. Can we
I don't want to talk about the Burnley game anymore. I don't really care about it.
Well, we've talked about the main things. Kane's penalty. We won 1-0. Crowd were amazing.
Came on. He was a bit of a
Last 10 minutes, I was shitting myself that they were going to get a goal, and so was the crowd.
They hit the bar, didn't they? Or the post, wasn't it? Was it the post? That was it. That was all.
Ashley Barnes
was terrible, to be honest.
Don't we have an honorary?
Hey, I'm in Decker there.
Little Ant Deck. Don't we have an honorary cheesehead? Is a Geordie? Is it Alan Thompson?
Getting shots of Arsenal fans crying.
Is it Alan who's on Cheesehead? Is it Cheesehead?
Yeah. I don't
we
think
have
Alan
got
will
honorary
be
Geordies. I'm not sure.
Well, he might join afterwards.
Well, props, respect. Let's get Alan on the show.
I mean, it's 87 minutes now. There's just no time for them to.
Let's get Alan on the show. There's Alan. Alan Decker just come on.
Yeah, I told you that 5 minutes ago.
He's in.
Brendan's just got it in Brazil.
Gooners. Gooners. They're looking upset.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Is it? Are they?
Meltdown.
Cameron Lewis. He's an Aussie cheesehead. He's on a delay like me. Respect to Cameron.
Obviously, Aaron Lennon came on. What was he, Dave? He was a great speed demon, wasn't he, back in the day?
He was a big speed demon. No, he was a big. Listen, we didn't get to talk about him before the goal, and I'm going to make a serious point here, if you don't mind. I think it's great to see him back on the pitch. I read an interview with him last week because I think it was Mental Health Awareness Week last week, where he talked about the challenges that he's faced. So I was really pleased to see him back on the pitch. He played for us for a long time. They spent 15 million quid on Bentley, who didn't really turn out to be that good apart from the Arsenal goal, but it gave Lennon a kick up the arse to kind of move his career onwards because he didn't have any competition for places. So I'm really pleased to see him back on the pitch. He seems to be doing well, and I think he got a good reception when he got on, which always makes me happy to hear about that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And then Defoe was at half time as well. He got a big cheer, and there's lots of really pleased, people pleased. He was talking about getting his coaching badges, and he kept saying "we" a lot. So people were excited to see Defoe as well.
He did.
There's a suggestion today he might be talking to the club about coming in to coach in the academy.
He definitely kept saying if we do this and we do that. Kept saying.
Is Yaya Toure still
Newcastle
saying?
Fans. Nah. You're shit.
He doesn't care anymore, does he?
No.
I don't know about Yaya. There's been no update on him.
Well, it was his birthday. It was his birthday last week, so hopefully Levy got him a cake. Or there were all sorts of arguments going on. Do you remember when Man City, when his agent complained about he didn't get a birthday cake?
Who's that?
Yeah.
Yaya Toure.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Remember that?
Well, the diver has spoken.
Toure is staying.
Toure is staying.
No, this word.
Well, Steve Diver did get to meet Mr. Paratici at the weekend. He put a picture of him in the social media in the car park.
Did you see mine though? Jack, he waved at Jack. You must have seen me tweet that. So we were down in the North Lower. Yeah, so we were in North Lower because we were buying the club shop because there was a flash sale. Oops.
There was a flash sale.
We missed Sonny by about 10 seconds, when they arrive off the coach.
Oh.
But I went, Jack, stand there quick and wave at him. And Jack goes, do that. But anyway, he waved and then Paratici waved back. And I had to kind of edit out the who's that bit.
I think Steve's confirming that Defoe is joining.
There you go.
Where was that, Becky?
What was that, Becky? Where did you see Paratici? Sorry.
At North Lower, when they come in off the bus.
Yeah.
But because we were buying the shop, we missed Sonny by about 10 seconds and Kane had already gone in. So we saw Højbjerg, we saw Kulusevski, and then Paratici, and Jack's like waving, and Paratici waved back at Jack, and I put it on Twitter.
Do you know, I thought. Oh, sorry, go on.
Interestingly, at the Goon game, I was chatting to the guy behind me who sat behind me. Ever such a nice bloke, David, who was at the game with his daughter Olivia, and Conte stopped and signed her shirt on the way in. How good's that?
Yeah,
that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So shout out to David if you're watching. I did sign him up there and then on the spot.
Did you grab his phone, literally steal it?
No, I asked him politely. We don't do things like that on it.
Did you say, I'm the caller from the cheese room, I'm the host, come and subscribe?
Jesus, you are killing me. In the sunshine. Yeah, absolutely. This is, I've got to say.
How long we got left?
This watch here is, there's 6
It's
minutes.
injury time. Yeah, it's injury time.
We're in 92nd.
They got a corner.
No, that's been and gone, mate. That's been and gone.
Good.
I have to say, this has been more of a stressful watch than Burnley was.
Yeah, Burnley was stressful for me. I get stressed.
I've noticed that.
Yeah. Oh, you need to put. Have you got the Arsenal get battered video? Can you put that back up? Have you still got that on there?
I like that one.
Put it on.
Let's talk about hummus.
Hey, what time did you have to get up to watch the game?
Which one?
Or was it in the evening? The Burnley game. What time was it?
Oh yeah, no, it was good. It was 11. Hang on, was it 9 o'clock? Hang on, 2 o'clock kickoff. Well, no, 12 o'clock. 9 o'clock.
12.
It was great. No, I mean it's great. Great weekend. I started the weekend 4:30 a.m. Friday morning watching the Gooner game, and ended the weekend 9 o'clock Sunday night. It's a great time for us. All you lot moaning about, I'm going to get up at 6:30 in the morning to go to a game. Honestly, us Aussies, we got no. You did moan. You did moan. You did. You and
but
Diver
not for
were
the reason
moaning.
you were thinking, because I'm always up at 6:30. I was moaning that the Premier League were being really unfair with the fixtures, and 12 o'clock was a stupid time to kick off.
Didn't the players have something like 65 hours between the fixtures as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
62.
How do you recover? It's like we said on the show. It's like we said on the show. How do you get any recovery or tactics in? It's just crazy.
No,
I think you can tell towards the end of the second half. I thought the players looked leggy. There was a lot of walking.
Half an hour, to be honest.
Yeah.
I want the players this week to not eat together or not eat the same food. I want to avoid lasagna gate. All precautions must be taken.
Lock them down.
I want Kulichevsky staying in that hotel lodge the whole time. We will cook your food for you, Kulichevsky. Stay away from that barbecue.
The last time they let him near a barbecue, I tell you. And if you need some tips, Steve Diver is the man. We can hook you up, Kulichevsky. No problem at all.
I got a 4-minute 45-second lesson in barbecuing from Steve earlier this week on a voice note.
Let's be honest, that's quite quick for him. I have to play his voice notes on like ×2 speed to get to the point.
He sounds more upbeat as well.
It looks like we've had two.
There might be a third. There might be a third here. I know they're just running it into the corner.
It looks like we could be having two great results at St James's Park this season.
Hey.
But like you adhered to earlier, it makes up for the one when we lost up there, didn't we? And the one when they were relegated. Did they beat us when we were relegated?
5-1.
No, they were relegated.
They were relegated when we came third. When they came third in a 2-horse race, and every gooner at work was crawling out the pipes the next day. God, that was a nightmare. Utter nightmare. So this one's for Lasagna Gate. This one's for Newcastle 5-1. This one's for the Donkey won the Derby 93.
They're all getting booked and losing their heads now. It's brilliant.
Oh, that's a shame. Look, I'm really pleased that they gave Arteta a contract extension.
Zaka. There you go.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah. Isn't it? They've lost every. No, they beat Leeds. Did they beat Leeds? Or was it the Monday after Leeds? Because they've lost consecutive games, haven't they, since he extended his contract?
Yeah. Yeah. What a result. Bloody brilliant. We've just got
Holly's in the chat.
Hi, Holly.
Hi, Holly.
Hi, Holly.
Go to Norwich. Get the job done. Thank you very much. Job done.
Did I sound like a presenter then when I said Holly's in the chat? Do you reckon one day I could be like you, caller?
No, you'll never be that cool.
Welcome to the cheese room.
Me and Holly had a selfie on Sunday. We managed to find each other in the goal line bar.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What?
Oh, they should have scored again. Third.
How long's left now?
Hi, Brooke.
Oh,
Brooke.
Hi, Brooke.
Absolute craziness.
Brooke, I've messaged you about coming back on the show. Can you message me back? Thank you.
Oh, he should have scored. Fraser should have scored.
Brooke,
I'll
one of
tell
the
you what,
great
Ramsdale's
cheese room debuts. Brooke, hopefully you can come back on.
Ramsdale has not stopped at all.
That's me being supportive and collaborative. Did you like that, John?
Very good, mate. Very good.
Thanks.
Get ready for the final whistle because it's coming.
In a northern voice.
He's lost the plot today. He has.
I'll tell you what. I might wear my Spurs scarf to work today. I'm gonna get my whistle and my tin flute on.
Well,
get the old scarf on.
I'm at a team build tomorrow in Birmingham.
Are you going to Birmingham?
Birmingham, and I think I might have to wear my Spurs hoodie or something. I've got to represent because this is just a momentous day. Coincidentally, there is a gooner at work, but he rang in sick today, so I couldn't hunt him down.
Is there a gooner at my work? I need to find one.
That's it, full time.
Yes! Come on!
The fat bloke has sung. Lego head looks sad. This is just wonderful. This is just wonderful.
Arsenal get battered everywhere they go.
Where's the video?
Everywhere they go.
Let's all have a disco. Hey, gooners! Let's all have a disco. Let's all have. Oh, look at Lego head. Look at that. Sign another contract, Sunshine.
It's all over for you, Sunshine. Gone.
Oh,
enjoy Thursday nights.
What was that song? Channel 5, Thursday night. Channel 5, Thursday night.
It was, oh, what a night. We play. You play Thursday because you're fucking shite.
No, this is an earlier version.
Yeah.
So one more point in Norwich.
Wednesday night. You play Thursday.
One more point, isn't it? And then
isn't it 22 goal difference now? Is it 22 goals?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Oh yeah, the goal difference is in the bag. We've just got a draw with Norwich. Oh,
you have shipped something like 47 goals this season. If Kane and Son can't score and they've conceded 47 goals this season, then something's broken.
And if by magic, there you go.
There we are.
Beautiful.
Well done, John.
I'll tell you that. Not talking about the Spurs points. There's a couple of takeaways here. If Chelsea lose the next two matches, I know you can't see because our badge is over. But they're on 70.
They're on 70.
We could still pip them with a.
But haven't they got?
Unlikely.
They've got Watford. They've got Watford.
Very unlikely, Dave, but we could still do it. And here's the other interesting thing. I would love to see Cristiano Ronaldo in the conference. And that does, unfortunately, mean West Ham finishing above them. But, either way, it's quite sweet. West Ham or United in the conference. That's amazing.
To be honest, I think whichever of those teams is in the Conference League will probably win it. I think I'd rather United won the Conference League than West Ham.
Please,
it's a bit of a weird backwards way.
Do not Spurs this up.
I'd like to see Ronaldo in the Conference League for shits and giggles.
Who's got the volume up in the background? I can hear something.
I think it's John.
I've got headphones on.
No, it's not me.
It's not me. Is it you, caller?
Not me.
It's not me.
I don't know.
It sounds like Matthew.
You one by one.
I can hear it as well.
So it's not Davo. Is it Becky? Is it Becky? Ah, we found the culprit.
This sounds like.
Oh yeah, I can hear it now, Bex.
Yeah.
It sounds like Wagatha Christie. It's Becky.
But what sound is it though? Because I can't hear it here.
Just sounds like I can hear
something in the background.
It's feedback, I think.
I can hear caller double, as it were. Yeah.
It sounds like Matthew McConaughey at the start of Wolf of Wall Street when he's doing like that. Sounds like
I'll just mute you just mute yourself between comments.
The Gooners are crying.
I love it. Sad. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Gary Neville's taking all the glory now, saying, "I predicted this."
Gary Neville.
I saw this. They bottled it. They're Spanglish. Can you do a Gary Neville impression, Davo? I think you probably can.
Now, I'm against the European Super League and anti-competition, but I'm going to try and sell Harry Kane to Man City.
Yeah.
Can I just say something, right?
Spotless.
Can I just say something, right? 107 people are watching. 40 likes. Come on. We're going to be in the Champions League, guys.
On this night, there we go. There's the Geordies. I'll take everything back about sports watching.
I'm watching Sky Sports League table now. It's a beautiful thing.
Those Geordies we had earlier on the season. I love them. Look at the Gooner in his scarf. He's crying his weird little eyes out. There's two of them up there. There's a long way back.
Some of this, John. This is gold.
There's a long way back to North London tonight, eh?
It is a long way back to North London.
I honestly, I forgive him for selling us Raw Fox for £4.5 million.
And hopefully, Kulusevski will be flying on. I mean,
he looked like he'd eaten lasagna, didn't he? From a long time ago.
He was terrible when he came on.
I thought, look at the races, did he?
He's up. He's bad. He looked like he'd lost a stone when he come through the. I saw him walking through.
I think he only touched the ball twice as well when he was on.
I think he did. Yeah. Would you back us to get a point at Norwich, though, Dave?
Oh, for God's sake! If we lose at Norwich, I am going to live in a cave on the top of a mountain for 5 years. All right, I mean, we can't balls that up. I said, watch the dining experience, watch the food, everything. Make sure the tyres on the coach are blown up properly. Just make sure. Protect ourselves against every possibility. Don't let any goalkeeper handle a jar of mayonnaise and let it drop on their foot. For God's sake. And we get there, do the job.
I mean, there is also the fact that they've got to beat Everton. And based on what I've seen tonight, and based on what I saw at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, they're spent. I mean, I'd even give Everton a chance against them at the moment.
It's different at home. I think Arsenal will win that.
So Stevie's a channel member. We'll absolutely get to this. If you want to get your channel membership, it's really easy to do. Just go to our YouTube page and it'll ask you to join. Alan's here. Hey, Alan. I tell you what, we're going to get you on the show, Alan.
Alan. There's Ant and Deck. They're cuddling the players now, and some kid.
Hold on. Where? This is for you, Alan. This is what we're all wearing, sort of in our minds.
Alan, we need to get you on when we play Newcastle next season. We need to get you on, man.
Absolutely,
yeah, absolutely.
We'll do that.
Well done, Alan.
The Geordie is in the house. Thanks for joining us. Absolutely.
I mean, Alan, if you want to come on now,
yeah. If you want to come on now, just say you do in the chat, and I don't know how you're going to do this. Actually, can you get?
We'll just put the link in there.
Yeah, put the link in the chat. In fact, why don't we do that? We'll throw the chat open. Why don't we just put the StreamYard link? Let's do that. Let's put it in the chat. I don't want to go through the rest of the agenda because it's just bollocks. I just want to talk about
Swiss Tottenham,
really, how great it is. So
well done, Swiss Tottenham.
I'll tell you what we'll do. If you want to join the show,
I'm doing it now. Can we do it?
A one-off. There you go. I've put it in the chat.
Oh, you done? Okay.
So you can just click that link. You need a phone with a camera, and we will get you on. We'll get you on if you want to join. Just hit that link, and we will have you on. We'll try and get you on. We'll try and get through as many people as possible. Doesn't have to be long. It can be quick. There's 115 of you watching. In the words of Delia Smith, let's be having you. Come on, talk to the caller. Talk to Dave, Grumpy Dave, Healy Count Dave. Whilst we're waiting for that to happen, let's take the question. It wasn't a super chat, but it was from a channel member, Mr. Stevie Diver.
Beautiful.
If we get top 4 and keep Conte, is that a success of a season? Let's go around the room. Dave?
Is that a success of the season? Of course it's a bloody success of a season, right? Because when the transfer window shut at the end of August and United had added Sancho, Varane and Ronaldo, no one knew they would implode in the way they did. None of us rated Solskjaer as a manager, but no one thought they'd implode the way they did. Frankly, the August transfer window was underwhelming to me. It was more about getting salaries off the wage bill. And look at and Conte had turned us down. Nuno, we got in Nuno instead of Mussolini and the other geezer who dresses as Zorro, right? So we were in a pretty bad way in August. We were in a bad way at the end of the United game in October, and we get Conte in. We couldn't believe it. Me and HG and Caller did a show in July when it looked like Conte was coming in then, and we were all genuinely very excited. And now here's Stevie.
Hang on. Finish your point.
And we're all very generally excited, and no one would have thought it. I thought that the January transfer window, Kulichevsky and Bentancur have changed our season, but we should have got them in earlier. And here we are. And I thought we'd blown it, and I said we'd blown it after Brighton and Brentford. I thought we'd blown it. I thought we'd blown it after United away, because I can't believe United are taking 6 points off us. But we haven't. It looks like we're there, and I'm bloody happy.
I've just seen what he's got in his camera. He's outside. He's flat.
Well, let's add him into the chat now. Into the
He's
show
near the
now.
Emirates.
Disappointingly, our first guest is Stevie. Stevie, we can't really see you. It's pitch black.
Yeah, it's a bit dark out here, guys. But I don't know from what you can see, but we're raising a glass. Can we see what's in the background?
Is that the Emirates?
That is the
It's
Emirates.
the Emirates.
Can you throw something at it? Oh yeah, you got the badge. There you go. There's the badge.
The only thing I've got in my hand is a glass of champagne, so that's not going over.
That's a shame.
Oh, there he is.
What a result! What a result!
Yeah.
What a result indeed. If you want to come on the show like Stevie tonight, just click the link that we put into the chat, and you too can have your say.
And for anyone who's not done anything like this before, it's not scary. I've never done anything like this before February. It's just like chatting on Zoom. So just
It literally is. Yeah.
All you
Steve,
need is a smartphone or a laptop or an iPad or something. It's got to have a front a camera facing you, obviously. But yeah, sorry, go on, John.
Steve, what did you find out about the rumble in the tunnel? Did you get any info?
No, they were very quiet about it. Two of the security from our bit rushed off into there at half time, so I don't really know what happened. But
And he sent it to you. Alistair Gold reported on it. Did you know that?
oh, did he?
Yeah.
I missed that. Sorry. But I must have been something fairly severe for. So there's a blind that goes down, and they don't normally put it down. It went down against Arsenal, and I think Arsenal and Burnley were the only two games this season have used it.
Here you go. To quote him, as tensions rose, so those watching what was happening in the stadium's luxury tunnel club, where fans can see what is happening in the tunnel through a ceiling-to-floor glass window, suddenly found the glass frosted by the flick of a staff member's switch.
Doesn't frost. There's a blind that comes down. There's no frosting.
Yeah, apparently it was Burnley staff against one of our coaches. So there you go.
Yeah, it did get a bit aggy.
I know, Rowan, new channel member. Big up you. Thanks for joining us. If you've got any comments, just chuck them in or just come and join us.
Right, shall I get somebody else on? You guys seem like
question for you, Steve. Question for you, Steve.
I'm on my phone. I can barely see that.
So it's how much is the Champions League qualification worth?
Oh, apologies. Adrian did ask this on Friday. We didn't get around to it. I guess it depends how far we get through in the process, but
I kind of roughly know, but
I mean, it's probably going to be. I mean, Europa's getting a bit more now since the Conference League has come in, but you've got to look minimum 30, 40 million, and then if we get through to the latter stages, probably another 40, 50, 60 on top of Europa.
Well, the year we got to the final, it was 100. I think it was 110 for winning.
110, yeah.
But what that doesn't tell you is all the extra match day revenue, which potentially is huge, isn't it? Right, because you've got group games. What's that? 3 group games at home.
Yep.
Straight off the bat, so you're guaranteed 3 extra. Probably sell out quite expensive tickets sales.
And I don't know. I should know this. Do we? If we're 4th, do we go straight in?
Yeah, straight in.
Pre-qualifying.
Okay. There's no young boys of Switzerland anymore.
That is a shame.
And who's this guy? Yeah, there we go. Steve, is that not included? So that doesn't include gate receipts now. I'm
No,
pretty
that'd be
sure.
prize and TV.
I'm pretty
money.
sure it's like 30 million for getting to the group stage, because there is a qualification stage before that for teams with a lower coefficient. But I think I'm right in saying for a win you get £500,000.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then plus, obviously, like you said, gate receipts. They're typically the big games as well, so people are going to
I think
arrive
a
early,
win's,
drink a bit more.
it's something like a win's £500,000, a draw is 300,000, and a loss is 100K. Like there's appearance money for at every stage. Oh, Brendan's here now. That's nice.
Hi, Brendan.
Hey, Brent.
Hello.
So yeah, Steve, thanks for coming on.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. I'll certainly
Thanks.
will.
Well done, Steve.
Hey, Stevie.
Well done,
Steve,
Steve.
one last thing. Are you going to Norwich, or do you think we're guaranteed victory at Norwich? What's your view on that?
I mean, with Spurs, right? There's no guarantee in life. I'm going. There's quite a big group of us going, but I think
Conte Cam lives.
Conte Cam does live. Norwich isn't a good ground, only quite far away from a bench, I think. So Conte Cam might be a bit fuzzy. But yeah, we're going. I think we're going to win 5-6-0, or it's going to be a 1-0 loss. It's going to be Spursy either way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alan Thompson. We love you.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
well done, Alan.
I'll go back to
Cheers,
chat.
Steve.
Have a good evening.
Enjoy your champers. Enjoy your champers. Throw something at the Emirates for us. Brendan, your reaction. How happy are you about that? Were you watching it?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I haven't done it on my mic, so sorry if the audio is not pristine quality.
You're fine.
Yeah, that was great fun. That was, and Newcastle were up for it. Like you couldn't fault their effort. First half, you're like, well, if they keep that up second half, they'll at least get the draw, and they got those goals. And my Brazilian boy Bruno Guimarães, vamos. So yeah,
Is that how you say his name? Is it? How you say his name?
Bruno Guimarães.
Willem Guimarães.
Yeah.
Is that the Welsh version?
So Brendan, one of your my favourite, one of your great expressions is when you talk about our clown car of a club, which I love when you say that. How good does it feel now that the Gooners are in fucking tears tonight, eh?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like they weren't that good. That was the frustrating thing. It's like if we lose top four to that bunch, but it's back in our hands now. And yeah, I've got a few Gooner mates. I didn't rub it in after the 3-0 last week.
Yeah,
me too. I'm going to wait until it's ours before I really go for it. But yeah, they're not that good, are they? They're not that good. You get in pieces, you give them a challenge. Like Newcastle pressed them really well today. I was really impressed with them. And you could say, yeah, they got the money in January, but I don't think that was the difference today. I thought that the attitude was right. They really, really wanted it, and the crowd was up for it. And thank you, YI Joddies. That was terrible.
How are the lads, like?
Lads, come on, Spooky, bite a grove. Jeff with your big sideburns. Come on.
Yes, Jeff. Yes, I remember him.
I forgot about Jeff.
Papa Jeff.
If you want to join the show and have your say, just hit the link. I'll post it again. There it is.
So really, I mean, we're on the precipice of triumph and celebration, but I think we've got to take our hat off to Mr. Conte and what a job he's done, because he's, as I said, he's taken the clown car of a club and a team to where we are now. And yes, I know that he can be a bit of a prima donna and chuck his toys out of the pram every three minutes, but he is the best managerial appointment ENIC have ever made, and we have so got to back him now. This is our moment in time. If we get Champions League, we have the momentum. We've really got to crack on from here.
I mean, it's when you said diva and prima donna, I kind of thought, Christ, you're describing it yourself, Dave.
Oh, Adrian's coming.
Hey?
We've got another guest.
Adrian.
Shall I bring Adrian in?
Let's get him in. Let's get him in. Let's beat Brendan out.
Hello, Adrian.
Hello, Adrian.
You get to throw darts at me, Davo.
Hello, Adrian. Would you like me to come round to your house and sing you a song?
Guys. I love the cheese room. It's great. Hi.
Maybe click out of the link of the YouTube. It's repeating.
Oh yeah, whoever's
I was post you in my little group.
Adrian,
I've got down on Facebook.
are you watching it in the window, Adrian? Because we can hear ourselves.
I'm getting echo. It's probably me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, if you've got it in another window, just close it.
I'm getting echo. It's probably me. I don't know.
If you've got any headphones and plug those in.
Our technical support is on the line.
Just close it. No, I'm using the
It'll
mic.
be out tomorrow, won't it?
Support is on the line. I'm gonna have to mute you, Adrian.
He's just kicked himself out. Brilliant. Well done.
Brilliant.
Anyway, and now there he is.
There
you go.
What are you doing? Leave me alone. Stop
I was
it.
trying to put you back in the corner.
Stop it. Stop it.
Nobody put baby in a corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Why am I in the middle? Why am I in the
What
middle?
happened to Adrian? Where did Adrian go?
He left. I think he's having. Hopefully,
Adrian, you just need some headphones.
I'm going to take that at face value, that comment, and not irony.
I think it's great comment and not irony, but you never know, do you?
It's Kerry. Kerry loves us.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm getting the scarf on. I get my suit on. I'm with Brendan. I'm not going to bait the Gooners yet. As I said, when we're there and it's secured, it's done. Right? I ain't baiting them. I'm leaving them alone. But if it's done, then I'm going all out. All out. But today the scarf's going on. I can be happy about the result. It's not baiting.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely fine. I think someone else is echoing a little bit here. Is it you, Bren?
Might be. I'll mute myself.
There you go. Adrian's here. Let's try and bring him back in, John.
Okay.
See what happens.
Might be. I'll mute myself.
Hi, Adrian.
Oh, yeah, we've still got a bit of echo. Adrian's here. Let's try and bring him back in.
Am I echoing?
Well, I think what it is, Adrian, you're probably watching the Cheese Room as well. If you turn that down, mute it or whatever.
Am I echoing?
Well, I think what it is, Adrian, you're probably watching the Cheese
Room.
Right, is that any better?
Turn that down, mute it or whatever.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, sounds better. Kerry's nervous for Norwich already. I think it's going to be a hard watch on Sunday, isn't it?
Is that better?
I can hear you fine, but
all I've done is turn the sound down. I haven't gone into the settings.
Okay.
Is that better?
Oh no, you've got YouTube on. We can hear ourselves on delay, so it's your YouTube, Adrian. Can you mute that or close it?
How's that?
Have you turned off YouTube?
I'll turn it off. Hang on. How's that?
Hey.
We're there.
That'll be fine.
There
we go. Hey.
Love the Cheese Room, guys. You know what I mean? So I love the blend of, you know what I mean, of mature sensibility with like absolute chaos, you know.
Tonight, we try and bring, you know.
Yeah.
We try and bring. What did you make of that tonight, then, Adrian? What did you make of? Did you? I
should have had a bet. You know, I said 2-0, kicked myself, but you know, I've been lucky on Spurs bets this year. I had the 3-2 at Man City, 66-1. You know, and I had the 3-0 in the last game, and I even had a bet on a penalty and a player to be sent off against Arsenal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If they gave me a free bet on Sky Bet, £2, I put it on 9-1. I didn't win a fortune. It was only 18 quid. Yeah, so, and then, but I had the 3-0, I think, and I think I got 25 to 1 for that. I'm not sure. So, I only bet pounds. I only do it for fun. I usually bet £4 a game and 4 silly little pound bets, you know. So it's all good. So, yeah. So I'm eagerly looking forward. Well, not just to the Norwich game because we only need a point and they've got to score 15 more goals than us. But I'm also eagerly looking forward to the summer next season already. I can't wait. You know? So no doubt you guys are as well. Although you're looking a bit sort of pensive at the moment, trying to take it all in. I guess.
We're just hanging on to we're just hanging on to your words, Adrian, mate.
Make you jealous.
Absolutely. I'm just.
There's the weather in Oz, Dave. Anyway, it's hot. Is it hot?
It's 7:16 in the morning. We're coming up to winter. There's blue skies. So today the weather's going to be 21 degrees today. Marvelous.
We're not making that yet here. We're trying fighting our way at 21 degrees.
It's not as cold as Melbourne's cold. Down south is cold. And they ain't got nothing to do in Melbourne either. But there you go.
Yeah.
You seem very territorial about where you are. You're very proud of being from Sydney, aren't you?
I'm just proud today. Proud of being a Tottenham fan. The Gooners have lost. They're crying on the way back down to North London. Happy bloody days. Marvelous.
I should be looking at Arsenal TV later on and posting it in the group if we can get Robbie on and Trips and people like that, you know. So because they do. I mean, I'm not sure who's got the worst, worst binges when it comes to losing the game, but they do take some beating, the Gooners, don't they?
That's right. Absolutely. And let's hope the geezer in prison managed to watch the game before lights out.
Shan's just sent us this, by the way.
All right. Was she at the game? Was she at the Arsenal game?
Brilliant. No, because we won. No, she was. Yeah, Shan was there on Thursday.
She was.
Oh, good. No, good. Because we had a guy come over. Like I've met him for 2.5 years. He come over from Malta for the game and for the Burnley game. And Melvin. So, and he was breaking his duck of losses actually whenever he's come over. And when you travel that way, you really want the fans to have an enjoyable experience, don't you? So, so he broke his duck, and then so that was all good.
Dave, what's your start of a 10, mate?
I haven't got any. It's Jeremy Paxman.
1981 Cup final.
Yeah, I did a 1981 Cup final. Arteta's being interviewed on my telly. Hey!
Is he moaning about the ref?
Oh, he's just looking. He's still got that lovely grey jumper on. He'll have to change now. They've lost the game. Anyway, and what's his contract extension? How many more years did they give him?
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you something. And I said this at the start of the season, and I said this in November. I said that the Gooners would finish above us. I said they've got no European football. This is their best opportunity to finish above us.
So basically, you're admitting you're wrong, right?
Yeah, but hey, caller, we're all fallible in the end. We're all full of mistakes. We could admit that we're wrong, and that's the first step to recovery.
I will just point out at this point, we all did our, predictions at the end of the season. 13 cheeseheads, all out of the 13, 12 predicted Spurs would finish 4th and Arsenal 5th. 1 predicted Spurs would finish 5th, and that was you, Dave, wasn't it?
Yep, that's because I'm a born contrarian. Yeah, I did. But as I said, the Gooners didn't have European football. They had plenty of time to be on a training pitch with Arteta and his subprime Guardiola techniques. They're finding out now, the Gooners, that if you get the assistant manager in, it doesn't quite work out sometimes. Brian Kidd, Steve McLaren, all those, they all assisted Fergie. They never did anything anywhere else. And Unai Emery took Villarreal out the semi-final of the Champions League. Oh, well, what a shame. Carry on the Cronkies, doing a great job.
I fancy don't you now? Do you think I think Arsenal is shot now. I think losing to us and losing to Newcastle, I can see Everton going to the Emirates and getting a draw at least,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we might not even have to get a result at Norwich. I know we only need
I still think we need to get something there. I don't think that we can take it for granted. It's not over. I don't think Conte is going to be relaxing at all.
Oh, no.
He's going to want that golden boot. Kane's going to want to mix it up. So we can't take him for granted because they've got nothing to play for. It was similarly to Newcastle today. They were up for it because last game of the season. So we can't take them for granted. That time they beat us 5-1. They were already relegated when the Goons pipped us in the coming third in the 2-horse race. So we can't take Norwich for granted. We go there with the right attitude. We'll do it.
Yeah, but let's be positive. We couldn't want to be in a better position, could we? I mean, come on, we got to be positive. I mean, I would never leave my front door and go to the ground each week, if I didn't think we're going to win. I know people might think it's being a bit delusional, but I have to think that way. It's just the way I am, It takes as much energy to be negative as it does to be positive. So I'd just rather be positive,
That's my mantra all over, Adrian. Unfortunately, not everyone shares it. In the cheese room, there's a lot.
Well, the pain's the same when you lose. It doesn't matter whether you was positive before the game or after, does it? I don't like losing.
I might buy you a fit. Sorry, Adrian, go on.
Bit old school. I've watched a lot, but I've been fortunate enough to experience Spurs win 14 of their 17 trophies because I watched the double side play, albeit on a wooden stool, collapsible stool that my stepfather made for me. That was to stand in the shelf. I didn't have a clue what was going on, to be honest with you. I was only 5, you know what I mean? So too young to thoroughly absorb, the momentous occasion, of winning the double.
Yeah, that is momentous.
Yeah, but 67 Cup final, I was 12, so it was different then.
I see Dave must have been about 18 at that point, I think.
So
yeah, that's the year Sergeant Pepper was released. I played on the album.
So do you guys like the style of football we actually play? I know we're winning. I know we've done well because in November, you wouldn't dream we'd be in this position now before Conte come in November. So do you like the style of football? It's not the style of football I've been brought up on, I'll be honest. I mean, obviously, if you're winning, people aren't going to complain, are they? But,
No.
I think it's a hell of a lot better than under Nuno and Jose, which is why we've got so far.
Yeah.
And I think once he brings a couple more players in, it will improve. There's times we play some really good football. There's some times it's a bit defensive. But like I say, under Jose and Nuno, it was mind-numbing.
I think
Jose got
the mindset.
Jose got away with it because we're winning.
Of trying to play on the break even at home. I mean, in the past, in the 80s and all that, Spurs would start a European game on the front foot, hell for leather. But because of the style of football we play now, we very rarely start on the front foot. We're sort of forced to when we play Arsenal or West Ham or Man City, say the top 6 teams. But other teams, just slow start. I mean, it's not me. I don't like it at all. You should be able to work things out on the training ground whereby back in the day when someone was at the kickoff, they might pass it back and someone like an Alderweireld might hit an angled ball forward. At least you're getting the ball forward, from the start and showing some sort of forward attacking intention. You might get a lucky knockdown and get a break and get a shot off or something, and that might set the trend for the rest of the game. I mean, I always find that when you start quickly on the front foot, it's usually a good game. You usually play well. When you start off slowly and you start passing it back and divering, doesn't mean you're not going to win the game, but it becomes a bit more of a hard watch, for me. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think that what we've seen with Conte is a bit of tactical variance. That sometimes, yes, we have had to hit teams on the break, but then sometimes that's because we sort of invite them on and create the space for the to exploit. We don't really have the midfield players that we had before, the likes of Eriksen, that can pick a pass, that can unpick a team that's sitting back. So occasionally, yeah, we've had that variance. And like John said, I reckon we'll get some players in over the summer. Champions League's vital in getting those players in. Conte obviously is vital as well. Kane looks happy. So I think that I'm with you. It's not been overly great on the eye, but we scored some amazing goals in that counter-attacking style. I think that Conte's tactical variance, it's not always sitting back. I think we can dominate the ball. We just don't have those midfield players like a De Bruyne or you know what I mean, like that can exploit, that can get in and attack a team that's sitting back. We have to invite them on to create the space for Son and Kulusevski to drop in, and Kane picks out those balls that he does.
Yeah, we definitely need a world-class, dynamic, creative midfield baller, one that can get stuck in as well as play. Yeah. I would take Eriksen back as a squad player. Bale, no, because you've got to play him as a 9 or 10. He wouldn't have played wide and right. He's not going to track back. So unless he was on some pay-as-you-go contract and sat on the bench, I wouldn't have Bale back, We don't know what's really going to happen with the squad. Conte's thrown a few curveballs with his substitutions recently. I mean, until about a month ago, I didn't think Sanchez was going to get another game, you know what I mean? And I thought him, Rodon and Winks, I think, would be the first two out the club anyway. Everyone, see, the fans say, oh, get rid of 4 wing-backs, get rid of Winks, you know what I mean? Get rid of Moura and Bergwijn and all that. But you're not going to get rid of everyone in this transfer window. And I don't think Conte will actually do much changing in a wing-back role. I think he might bring in another right wing back like Singo from Torino or something like that. But I think he'd be quite happy to stick with Reguilon as backup to Sessegnon. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Fans have complained about it, but I would stick with them too unless someone gets mentioned I think is better. You know, perhaps Sosa. He's pretty dynamic at putting crosses in when he comes down, but I don't know. I don't know about that. Midfielder, definitely. Even if we were to get Ericsson, I'd still want another midfielder in there, you know.
Yeah. Given Oyster was perfect. Given Oyster was excellent for Newcastle.
And I get a bit pissed off with when people turn around, oh, Spurs, backup striker, back. We're Tottenham Hotspur, for fuck's sake. We shouldn't be talking about backup strikers. We should be bringing in Martinez. If it's Dybala and Conte can handle him, if he is a bit troublesome or whatever, then we don't want a backup striker. The striker should be brought in. People say, oh, they won't play because of Kane's there. This is rubbish, right? If they will play because Kane's there, because if it's Martinez, he'll be told by Conte and Kane will be told, look, Harry, I'm going to extend your career by 2 years. You'll be playing in your mid-30s. But I'm going to rotate the squad. And when you look a little bit out of sorts, we're going to rotate you. And that's the message that should be coming out, not backup striker. I'm effed off with that, son. We should be looking for backup anyone. We're Tottenham Hotspur.
Absolutely.
Becky, you're very quiet there.
Sorry, guys.
Who's very quiet?
Becky's very quiet. Let's hear from Becky a bit more. She's been sitting there.
It's because I've been muted because I've got feedback, so I've just been listening.
All right.
Okay.
But no, Adrian speaks a lot of sense. Well on you. Good on you, Adrian.
Well, I do try. You know, I've run a Facebook group for a couple of years, and we've got 8,300 members now. So we're doing okay. I'll post your Cheese Room pods in there as well as others. We Are Tottenham TV, Chris Cowlin, know them guys, you know what I mean? But I haven't been on many blogs recently. I used to be on Love Sport Radio every week, like doing a bit, because I phoned in every week. Had my own little corner on there, like, you know, but I think they went skint, probably because of me. I think COVID killed the station, like, you know. So, no, I love it, don't I? I love the club with every atom in my body. I mean, since knee high to a grasshopper, you know. So, and I think the new generation are going to see us win a trophy next year. I'm quite confident of that. And we all challenge for top four. Because Man United are a long way off, aren't they? Arsenal, inexperienced, naive team. They'll have good results because of the way they are, but they're flaky. I just don't see them being contenders with us. I think it'll be Chelsea, unless Chelsea implode through their changes, and we don't know what the new owner's going to do. It's all right being worth billions of money, but if you're not willing to spend or do an Abramovich, and if they lose Christensen, Rudiger, and how do you pronounce his name? Aziel Coletta or whatever his name is like.
I think there's somehow they've managed to wangle a new contract for him. I don't know how they've done that under the restrictions, but I think he's staying. But Christensen and Rudiger are both going, yeah.
That's a big loss to them, though, defensively. They are good players. They are good players.
I don't know if you've seen this today, Adrian. Let me just remove the comment. Supposedly, Abramovich is putting it at risk by trying to put certain conditions on.
Well, I don't know how much the government can actually do or how forceful they can be. I mean, we know they put restrictions on.
They can remove the license, which runs out on the 31st of May.
And money. I don't think the government are going to want to make themselves any more unpopular than they are. You know what I mean? By doing that. I mean, I think there'll be a last-minute survival. You know, there'll be a last-minute survival plan introduced. Maybe Abramovich is thinking of trying to get his money. I mean, what happens when hopefully this horrible war ends as soon as possible? And then, like, what? They've got to give Abramovich access back to his money again, or what? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we don't know about this. I mean, all them trophies they won are tarnished now. And they've been built on crooked money, which has financed the war effort as well, indirectly, you know, so, which I like, you know what I mean? Because as much as I hate Arsenal, Chelsea are second on the list, you know, so.
That's just it. So, to go out of business, does that mean fifth gets Champions League? So, after all today, the thing is,
I mean, look, it's a football club, isn't it? I mean, I know they're rivals to us, but it would be the wrong thing to happen, wouldn't it? from a sporting
Yeah, I agree
perspective.
with
It would, wouldn't it? I mean, we can gloat while they're sweating and the nerves are frayed. You know what I mean? Like, we've been there enough times. So, you know,
They come back, I feel like Rangers did. If they've got the support base, then they go out of business. Then they'll restart in the third division, climb up the leagues, and come back. They wouldn't be the force they were, but they wouldn't go out of existence. I'd be quite happy to see that happen, if I'm honest. Like I said, they got fees through money that was dodgily found in terms of the breakup of state-owned oil companies and oligarchs told to sort of, here's your money, don't challenge me, and sort of carrying on Putin's efforts to become a dictator. I'd happily see them and restart. They'll come back, but it'd be fun to watch. And
in the past, like Abramovich is like, he's lent them all that money. I said to Chelsea fans, I said, don't you dream in a million years he's giving you that money. That'll be secured or unsecured loans or whatever it is on that stadium. If he goes for anything happening, I said, he's going to want his money back. You know, he said he'd give so much to charity. Well, if he's worth the billions he's supposed to worth, then perhaps he probably can afford to do that. He might think by doing that, he might get access to his rest of his money or something. I don't know, but he's obviously got a reason for doing it. So we'll see. He's been good. He's lent them money, whereas our investment company have not invested in the club. They've just watched their assets grow in value, and it's what they do. I mean, this is why when we do eventually, when these custodians leave our club, we do not want an investment company. We do not want a hedge fund. When people talk about sporting franchises, even that's a risk with Chelsea having the Dodgers owners take over whoever they are. Because who are they going to be more interested in, the Dodgers or Chelsea? Who are they going to invest more in, the Dodgers or Chelsea? Are they going to want to milk Chelsea? The Glazers have been accused at Man United. I don't know the ins and outs of the finances of Man United, but looking at it, you think. And then when there's a big stink, they invest a couple of $100 million and that's it. But how much have they really taken out of the club? I mean,
they've been taking dividends.
If we ever get a company or an international multi-conglomerate or a billionaire coming and take over Spurs, you want an owner, right, that wants to use Spurs as a shining jewel that is worth so much money that all they want to do is to enhance their global brand abroad, so they can give free corporate days out at the stadium to prospective, customers, rich customers and things like that. You don't want anyone taking over the club that wants to make money out of it or who thinks about making money out of the club. You want one of them rich people that are going to use Spurs and it is a shining jewel, that stadium, and it will attract the right people. And if Todd Klein gets his finger out, we will get a naming rights deal. And then perhaps we'll get a naming rights deal for the bar over the Paxton Road end, which is it's got to be finished by now. I can't understand why it's not open. I've asked Cat Law on Tottenham.
It's been finished for ages, Adrian. You mean Sky Bar?
Yeah, they must want a sponsor for it. I mean,
they do. Well, it's going to go. It's going to go to the naming rights, whoever the naming rights go to. But naming rights are complicated because they're trying to get in an NFL franchise as well. And obviously, if they get an NFL franchise in there, it's going to be worth double the money. So what they don't want to do is undersell it.
Well, if we do get into the Champions League,
see if Stevie can find out anything on that.
Oh, he does try hard.
If we do, I'm gonna have to go soon. Got to go to work. But if we do get Champions League, which is looking likely, but we're not quite there yet. I agree with you, Brendan.
Yeah,
we're now back in the Champions League for the first time in about 4 or 5 seasons. Commercially for the club, that's a real opportune time to do this naming deal on the stadium and get all that stuff done now. Okay, COVID's over. Well, in the sense of the COVID's not over, but we've got crowds back in the stadium and things like that. Levy's got to realise now, commercially, this is the optimal time to do the naming rights deal. Any other commercial,
but is it?
Have
you just ignored everything I just said?
No, what I'm saying to you is we're now back.
The naming rights for NFL franchise is a lot more than it is for a football club.
Well, but he hasn't got the NFL franchise yet. We're not got there.
But you don't know where that's at behind the scenes.
Yeah, but you have to balance up the facts, right? Is that when he had that stadium open in April 2019, and when we got to the Champions League final, to when Bayern stuffed us 7-2, there was a 5 or 6 month window where we're Champions League finalists. We'd look to the outside world, we're doing well, That's when you do your commercial deal. And the 3 years since then, as Brendan says, we've been a clown car of a club. We get back in the Champions League now with Conte as a manager. Commercially, in my opinion, that is a good time to do your deals and get it done, because who knows what's around the corner. Newcastle are going to strengthen in the summer. In terms of the transfer market, I don't think the government, with Chelsea being such a safe Tory constituency, are going to let Chelsea go under. They're not going to allow that. It's not going to happen. It's just posturing. Of course they won't. It's just posturing, right?
Yeah.
So the reality of the situation is Chelsea are in the market for at least 2 central defenders. We're in the market for some central defenders. They'll need to strengthen their midfield. United will be in the market with a new coach. Newcastle are in the market because of their backing. So this is the time we've got to strike and buy players, not for potential, because they can come in straight away and do a job.
I fully agree.
I totally agree with you. We need ready-made players.
How many times? I mean, we're out of cups now, so now fans want the top 4. I mean, we was all asked that question before I was in the group. You know, would you rather have top 4 or a trophy? And I kept saying, I want both. I'm not going to answer a divisive question, right? I said, but you can't ignore what top 4 brings. I mean, like Dave was just going on, and you agree with Caller. I mean, you look at top 4. It's not just about the money. Right, it enhances your global brand. We get better known around the planet. That's 2. You attract better players, don't you? You know, you attract better players as well. I mean, like there's so many good things that happen when you're actually in the Champions League. You know, that are good for the club. You know, the enhancing the global brand and getting more supporters. I mean, like, although we must have at least 500 supporters clubs out there now. You know, so I mean,
look, absolutely, that is all true. All I'd say is none of us know the financial situation regard the naming rights, and I think there's a lot of people who are very wise and think they know lots about it, but like Dave, but don't. And I would honestly trust that Daniel Levy, because he's a tight-fisted bastard, he will squeeze the pips out and get the best deal. I have absolutely no doubt, and I don't think it's as simplistic as people make out. I really don't. Otherwise, it would have been done at the time you think it's going to be done. But that's our simple minds without knowing the full detailed picture of it.
Well, there's a balance between squeezing the pips out of a deal and actually getting the deal done.
Where I completely agree with you, Dave, is we should be signing experienced, good players who we've got to put. We've absolutely got to put players on the pitch who are capable of winning the league for Conte. That's what Conte demands. That's what he wants. And I think, ultimately, you won't keep Conte happy very long if we're not active in the transfer market in the way that all of us want, actually, because we all want Tottenham to succeed.
Yeah,
and that is a wrap. We're gonna wrap it there. Adrian, thanks for coming on.
Good talking to you guys.
Becky,
because I'm normally on the outside of groups, just lobbing banter grenades in,
There you go.
Now you get to see my ugly mush. You know what I mean? So.
That's it. Well, the good news is you're not just another brick in the wall.
Oh, very good.
Becky, thanks for joining us.
Been using your script writer, David.
Yeah. Yeah. See you soon, everybody. Bye, everybody in the chat.
Pleasure as ever. Brendan, thank you very much for dropping by.
Always a pleasure, mate. Becky, good to meet you first, and Adrian as well. Good to meet you.
Yeah, it's good to meet you guys, and feel free to call me in if you're a bit short or something. And other than that, you got plenty of good people that are more eloquent than me. So I mean, you can, if I'm usually in the chat channel anyway, right? So you can just dig me out if you need me. Okay.
There you go.
And I'm sure I'll lower the tone lower than Dave.
Not sure that's possible. John, it was a bit of a mismatch of a show, and I'm sorry I didn't go through half your run sheet or half your pictures, by the look of it. We didn't get to Player of the Year or any of that. But we'll just say that
Friday.
We got all summer to talk about that kind of nonsense. Let's just bask in the glory of the Goons.
Oh yes, I think I should have a couple of drinks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So
thanks, weirdest show ever, but happy days.
Yeah, happy days indeed. I did enjoy being in front of you and behind you, Dave, simultaneously. It was a pleasure.
That sounds so dodgy, but
absolutely,
what a beautiful morning it's been in Sydney and around the world. Ian Wright's been on the telly. Arteta, happy bloody days.
Now, guys, don't forget, all go to Arsenal TV, okay?
That's it. Absolutely. And in the meantime, a massive come on, you Spurs from all of us.
Come on, you
Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
On you Spurs.
Spurs.